Howdy folks, welcome along to At Odds, all thanks to unibet.com.au. Russell Barwick's my name. These boys are the stars of our show, week in, week out, and they're always here. Mark Waugh and Shane Heal. One bloke who's not though.
Fletch.
Wilson is not here. He's sunning himself in a dodgy joint in Thailand, and no doubt.
Who knows what he's doing over there?
He has sent his tips in, not that anyone cares.
Yeah,
It's
he
probably got some NFL, not that anyone cares. How's the week been, Junior? The stable. Flying.
Yeah, 3 winners last week, and then I've been in Adelaide for the Test match, of course. See Australia hammer Pakistan. Bit of a one-sided game.
Well, let's recap that cricket match.
Yep.
Second test, the second of the 4-day games between Australia and Pakistan. It's
Day off.
What's that?
Good day off anyway. Yeah,
It's pretty embarrassing now that most of these games aren't going the full tilt.
Yeah. Well, we've got New Zealand coming up now. I'd imagine the Melbourne and Sydney tests will go 5 days. Not sure about Perth, but look, Pakistan are pretty ordinary, pretty weak, lacking experience, lacking leadership. Individually, a couple of them played pretty well in that test match. Babar Azam. Yasir Shah got 100.
What about that?
How on earth did he get 100?
Yes.
How did you not pick him?
Oh, knocked off my,
It would have been
my
a
slam
100
dunk. Anyway, he got 100, but David Warner, of course, the talk of the...
335 not out.
Yep.
Bit of talk about should he have batted on. I mean, at the end of the day, they win by an innings plus. We can't be complaining, but obviously we're Australians, so it's our right to complain about
Yeah,
something.
we've got to talk about something, but there was a few people questioning should Tim Payne have let David Warner have a crack at the world record. Brian Lara's 400. You know, you're still 65 runs away, and at the end of the day, there was rain forecast on days 3, 4 and 5, so Tim Payne thought we needed to move the game forward just in case it did rain. Obviously it didn't rain, and we won with a day to spare, so... But in hindsight, I think it's a fair declaration. You know, it's a team game, isn't it?
He was pretty cool about it, David Warner. I think that he showed a lot of maturity. He just said it's all about the team, all about the team.
Yeah, he said the right things.
Somewhere it's gone.
He didn't think that, but it was good that he said it.
Yes, Australia $1.47, New Zealand $3.90 in the test in Perth. The draw $7.50.
Geez, I reckon
New Zealand is good value for a team that's come off the back of a couple.
No, that is a really good bet, Australia.
Oh, serious?
Going to Perth, the conditions, the pitch is going to be fast and bouncy. New Zealand have been playing on flat, slowish wickets. Straight from the test match to Perth, no.
There's no
Australia win
warm-up
easy,
game?
I reckon.
There's no
Really?
warm-up
Our
game?
bowling attack.
Mate, I love
I think
conviction that you just said that with.
$1.47 is good odds. I think
Okay.
Australia will win that test match. I think
Early Christmas special from the June.
I think Sydney, Australia win that test match. Melbourne could be a draw. I'm thinking 2-0 that series to Australia, even though New Zealand are a competitive team.
You
but I like
wouldn't
that.
tie your money up for 5 days.
Me? I have to.
You can back New Zealand.
If I can have a series bet right now that doesn't mean I collect or pay out until January 5 or 6, I think that's a good investment
That's a good
strategy.
investment, okay.
Mate, I've got 3 kids. Christmas is a nightmare. I'm getting vouchers from Visas and MasterCards I haven't used in 15 years. I'm just trying to
No, I'm thinking
pay my way through Christmas.
$1.50, $1.47. Get on.
Okay, let's talk a little bit of hoops with the Hammer. Who are we talking about in the NBA?
All right, NBA. It's been great. I love the NBA at the moment. Lakers against Jazz. Lakers are on the road, and they've been good. They sort of poked themselves in the eye the other day against Dallas, but I think they'll be too good for the Jazz, who have been struggling. Had a horrific road trip where they won 1 out of 5 games.
Yuck. Is that, I see the stats on the standings today, and some teams like Philly are 10-0 at home and like 5-7 away, but still sitting in that top of the table. The ability to win on the road is crucial, isn't it?
It really is. If you're trying to get up into those top couple of spots, and the teams that are more reliable are the Milwaukee's. They just go and get it done. Toronto's been great as well. They play defense, play a good style.
There's a couple of teams that really looked like they wanted to be at Thanksgiving dinner and not on the court in the weekend. They blew it out to 30 and 40, some of them, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And one of those teams is the Rockets. They had a 55-point win. I don't like the Rockets at all, but James Harden had 60 points by three-quarter time. They travel to play against Toronto, and Toronto is one of my favourite teams to be able to bet on.
They're on top.
They're so consistent. They're the reigning champs, but they lost Kawhi Leonard. A lot of people thought they'd drop right back. Very, very well coached. I think they win this game. I think they're a good bet against the Rockets, who are up and down and play a terrible style.
Bucks v Clippers Saturday.
Great game. Really, really good game. Two of the best teams in the entire NBA. One from the West, one from the East. I'll go with the Bucks just because they're at home, but very difficult to be able to bet against the Clippers when they've got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard as well.
Locally, we've got the Kings taking on Perth, $2.04 Perth. Friday night, the Kings $1.78. The line's 1.5, remembering that the teams both have to back up across the weekend. So it's a tough
almost
start to the
died
weekend.
when the betting came out. I'd marked Sydney $1.60. They came out at $2. That's since changed, and Sydney are coming in. Sydney are the best team in the competition by far.
We need you to text or tweet or have some sort of app that you can say Hammer
like
Time.
a communication portal.
Like a thing that happens on your phone says Hammer Time, get on Kings.
Yeah, that's what we need. But the Perth Wildcats, they've been horrific. They've lost some really bad games at home. Used to be a fortress. People aren't scared to go over there now. Their crowd is fantastic. 13,000 people, but I still think the Kings are a good
I
bet.
reckon they lost to Cairns there early in the season. When you,
By 20.
Yeah, I know.
I tipped them.
Exactly. They were
Very
$1.15.
salty.
Melbourne United $1.42, Adelaide double that $2.85.
Melbourne had a bad weekend, lost on the road to Cairns and also the Sydney Kings. They'll bounce back
Another
in this
one
game.
where Cairns
$1.42. Yep.
Eight and Cairns.
Cairns.
Yeah, Cairns are no good. And Adelaide have been good. They took care of Perth last week. I think Melbourne bounced back in this one.
Southeast Melbourne $1.68, $2.18 Perth.
I think those odds are fair, but Southeast Melbourne have been very good. Perth actually spanked Southeast Melbourne earlier in the season in Perth. So Southeast Melbourne will want to bounce back on this one.
A little bit of racing this weekend, some golf as well, racing in Perth. It starts to heat up the Brisbane Carnival, but the Group 1 Kingston Town Classic, again, Tuscan Queen, one of the Bob Peters, Willie Pike combinations. Tough to beat, $3.40. The one I like, Gadding at around $14. Unlucky last start.
Yeah, Mike Gadding. Yeah, he's been unlucky. Best of Days ran a good race last start as well. Ran second. He was a bit unlucky as well, so it might be a bit of value at $10. Trekking last week didn't do us a favour. Either did Kieran McAvoy, but so we might back up on Godolphin this weekend in that race.
Okay, so plenty to look forward to. Don't forget the reboost at Unibet. Each and every weekend you can reboost until you collect, so it's over and over. And the uplift every Friday on all of the racing right across the major states. And then each Saturday, race one, the Unibet uplift, so you get a couple of rolls on the bookmakers board. And the Golf Australian Open this week, followed by the President's Cup. The President's Cup concept is fantastic. Jason Day pulling out takes a bit of air out of the sails a bit.
Yeah, no, it's still a great concept. And Shane Warne, actually, he's the mentor for the Internationals, the President's Cup. Yeah, he's going down to...
Mentor.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What would he do?
No,
as a
nothing,
mentor?
nothing.
You take him out.
He'd just
Take him out
just,
to the casino.
he'd just tell stories.
Yeah,
You just
that's
tell
what he
us.
tells
He'd
me
have
anyway.
fun. He'd have fun.
Yeah, that's what he tells me, so...
So it's certainly going to be worth having a look at, and fingers crossed that the international side can punish Tiger Woods and the Americans. But before that, as I say, the Australian Open
Strong
at the
field.
Australian Golf Course. The defending champ is back, and Sergio Garcia, Adam Scott, those sorts of players are there. All the odds and top 10, top 5, and all of that sort of thing online at unibet.com.au. But let's hear the latest about the EPL with Mark Schwarzer.
Marco Silva's reign is fast becoming the longest death scene I've ever come across. I mean, that's ever. And if he's not gone by the time the weekend is upon us, then surely the final blow will be after their game against Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea were not good last weekend, but I believe they'll be back to winning ways again when they come up against a rudderless Everton. Bournemouth have been pretty average at times as well, and if they don't improve it quickly against Liverpool, who will run all over them. The Reds don't know how to lose in the league. A couple of things that have really impressed me though, most about them, is their ability to win ugly, and they never stop bombarding the opposition all over the field, which nearly always leads to them caving in. So, it's Jurgen Klopp's men to continue on their merry way, of course. Spurs have had the perfect start under Jose Mourinho. However, knowing Jose like I do, he won't be happy with the amount of goals they are shipping. Burnley will put a lot of pressure on their defence, and they'll be very strong in set plays. They like to hustle the opposition all over the park, and they will take their chances. Tottenham will know they are in for a real fight, as it's going to be a really big test of character for Jose's team. Aston Villa are the next challenge for Leicester City. Villa were very good last week at Old Trafford, and will be no pushovers, that's for sure. Brendan Rodgers and his team are quietly going along doing their thing, and doing it well, I might add. I think they'll be too strong for Villa, and if you fancy a bet on a sneaky outside chance to win the Premier League title, my choice would definitely be Leicester City. Miracles do happen, as we know. Twice, right? Anyway, okay, it's time to talk about Manchester City and against Manchester United. Once upon a time, this would have been a huge game, a potential title decider. Yep, I just remember those days. Barely, I think. Yeah, I do. Anyway, I know derbies are different, and most of the time you can throw form out the window, which is a good thing for both of these teams, as both of them have been pretty average lately. Well, in United's case, quite some time. Right, so I'm going to say it. Well, we're in for a cracker. The history, the rivalry, and passion will take centre stage. This is all about pride. They both certainly need to try and reinstate some. Actually, hang on. Forget what I said. City to win, and comfortably.
Welcome back. This is At Odds, all thanks to unibet.com.au. Final show of the year, but don't forget to go to the website and demand that we are back next year. Fingers crossed we will be. Also, the UFC fighter, what's his name? Volkanovski? I don't know his first name.
Vlad.
He's fighting in Las Vegas in a week's or so time. $8 the knockout on unibet.com because he's part of the family. We're going to give you some generous
Word is
odds.
Unibet's taking us.
Oh, I'd love to go to Vegas.
Vegas.
Again.
Imagine Fletch. It'd be like a,
Oh,
it'd
would
be
not
like a
get-
primary
For four
school
of
kid.
us,
How
it'd be
excited
like
would
the
he be?
Hangover again. The Hangover part
Hangover,
4.
that's it, yeah. Hangover 4.
I'd be the sensible one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would be.
She'd be the dentist.
Fletch. I wouldn't be the dentist. Junior's the dentist.
Not the dentist? No.
Junior's the dentist.
No.
I'm the guy out of... No, you'd be the guy out of that with the Lady Gaga movie. What's his name? Yeah, that
Anyway,
you.
it'd be a disaster.
Thinking
Wouldn't
of
it?
you with a
I'm
lost
just
tooth.
happy to. I'm just happy to be there.
You carry
Okay.
our bags.
Don't forget all the racing specials this weekend. Of course, the Reboost, the Uplift, and plenty of others on the website. But it's time now to have a look at our bets because Mark Schwarzer won last week,
Excuse me.
and our current leader going into
got
the
the-
final week is
I
Mark
should have wore the
Ward.
yellow jersey today.
Should
Should have. But anyway, I've got
you
you
wore
wood
the
ducks
table.
chasing me, so I'm safe as a bank here. I'm going a little bit wide this weekend, trying to give you blokes a chance to catch me. I'm going golf, Australian Open, topical tip. I'm going with Mark Leishman to win. That's my Hail Mary. Currently $12. We'll probably get, what, 20s, 15s maybe?
Well, I think he should be $16. It's the hardest field ever.
I know, it's a tough field, so he's lost a bit of, lost 8 kilos too. Old Leish.
Okay, I wish I could. Hammer, your hail.
Okay, we've got Cairns -3 into Melbourne United -4.5. We've got Brisbane to win 11 plus. And I'm not a Brisbane fan, but this is the bet of the week. They're -5.5. And for my hail, I am throwing them in 11 plus, and we'll get about $13.
So -5.5 is your bet of the week, Brisbane. Good to hear.
Yep.
I'm going the NBA. It's a tough one to start it off. The Timberwolves to beat the Mavericks. Lakers over the Jazz. That's a lock. 76ers at home to beat the Cavaliers, and the Heat to beat the Bulls. Don't know what odds that will be, but I'm sure it'll be nice.
I like them all but the first one.
Okay, Fletch has texted his in from Thailand. Miss Moana to win. Invictus Salute to place. California Longbow the place, and that is a longbow.
He must have been up early this morning because the fields have only just come out.
We'll get Mark Schwartz's very shortly, but Junior, give us your slam
My
dunk.
slam dunk is racing Rose Hill Saturday. I'm going with the old tried and tested formula. A couple of horses for a place. That is hand spun in race 6, I think it is, and Poetic Charmer in race 8, or the other way around. But anyway, both for a place.
Okay, just conservative bet to hang on to your lead.
Yeah, I just want to. Yeah. What do we get the safe bet?
I have got Cairns multied with Sydney, Melbourne United, and Brisbane at about $7.
Okay.
Very confident.
Do
with
or
that one,
die,
too.
Hammer. Do
I'm
or
going.
die.
I'm going for the podium, mate. I've got
Gadding-
bronze. I'll be happy with bronze.
Gadding in the Kingston Town Classic. If it wins, it's about $20. I will overtake Junior and win. That is my total theory about this whole thing.
That's assuming I don't get any
I've
money.
already assumed that.
Right. Okay. Well, that's a silly assumption.
Let's have a listen to Mark Schwarzer as he gives us his Schwarzer bets for the weekend.
Hi guys, this is it. Final week. I'm excited. My slam dunk this week is Manchester City to beat Manchester United, Liverpool to beat Bournemouth, and Union Berlin to beat Cologne. My Hail Mary is Burnley to beat Tottenham, Everton to beat Chelsea, and West Ham to beat Arsenal. My match multi finally is the Manchester Derby. Manchester City to win by 1.5 goals or more, with Raheem Sterling definitely on the score sheet. So listen, I'm feeling it. I know I'm there, and I think I'm going to take the title this week, guys. Sorry. Warren, mate, pressure's on. All the very best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Schwarzer. Been lovely having you as part of the team, and no doubt his EPL previews will be available online, unibet.com.au. Forgot to mention, nobody cares, but forgot to mention Fletcher's NFL tips this weekend. He's going against Steelers, Eagles and Chiefs, who take on the Patriots. That is a $5 slam dunk from Brian. Looking forward to
Brian.
the weekend. Where are you going for Christmas, boys? Anywhere in particular?
I've got to go to the MCG. It's Christmas night.
course.
It's the cricket. Yeah, not happy about that.
Not totally ideal, but as a player,
No, well, you spent 10 years down there as a player, so.
which was probably the
Pretty
best
much
way
used
to, if you were a cricketer, you only wanted to spend
Yeah,
Christmas
exactly.
Day there, didn't
Yep.
you? So
Better than being in the backyard.
I am very happy to be home. Got all my girls back home, the whole family. Going to eat,
Christmas
drink,
at the
swim,
Hills
and
joint.
Beautiful.
laughing. Not going anywhere.
Yeah, Christmas at the Barwicks joint as well, and then we're off to F1J1. Hopefully, after a couple of our horses salute, particularly King Hewitt,
yeah.
later in this month, the
Yep. Provincial
summer
Series final.
Provincial final.
Ooh,
Yeah,
there you
fingers
go.
crossed. That's our Hail Mary for
Yes.
December, absolutely, because that'll pay for Fiji. Hope you have a lovely Christmas. Big thank you to all of the team who are behind the scenes doing all the filming, the editing, and Pistol Pete, Big Jules, and all of the guys at unibet.com.au. Don't forget all of the value on the website right across Christmas. Have a happy and safe Christmas and a very, very good new year. We'll see you in 2020.
Yeah, we're back
Bring it
coming
on.
for sure.
Can't wait.